Do you ever wonder why change feels so impossible? You wake up with good intentions, whisper promises to yourself in the stillness of morning. Today I'll do better, today I'll start fresh, and yet by nightfall, those promises feel like ghosts you can't hold on to. You crave transformation, ache for it even, but the thought of reinventing your entire life feels like standing at the foot of a mountain with no map, no gear, and only your tired hands to climb with. We've been taught that change has to be big, dramatic, sweeping, worthy of applause. That if it doesn't shake the ground beneath us, it won't last. But what if the opposite is true? What if the most powerful transformations don't arrive with thunder, but with whispers? What if the key to becoming who you've always wanted to be is hidden, not in massive leaps, but in the quiet rhythm of small, steady steps? Think about water dripping on stone. One drop alone is nothing. 100 drops seem meaningless, but over time, thousands of quiet drops carve valleys, reshape landscapes, turn immovable mountains into rivers. That's the hidden power of micro-habits, the small choices you repeat every day, the ones so subtle nobody else sees, yet they are quietly rewriting your future.
And isn't that what you've been longing for? Not a quick fix, but lasting change. Not noise, but depth. Not a single loud moment of reinvention, but a life you quietly fall in love with, one small action at a time. Why do we overlook this? Why do we dismiss the small, thinking it doesn't matter, when life itself is built from tiny things? A heartbeat, a breath, a step. Every sunrise is quiet. Every seed begins unseen. Every lasting change you've ever made started small. The friendship that deepened through everyday kindness. The skill you mastered by showing up imperfectly. The healing that came not all at once, but in layers, softly, over time. You don't have to move mountains to change your life. You only have to move a pebble and keep moving it, day after day, until one day you look around and realize the landscape of your life is different. But here's the thing most people don't tell you. Small habits cut both ways. They can build you or they can break you. The daily glass of water versus the daily soda. The deep breath before you respond versus the quick flare of anger. The page you read versus the scroll you can't stop. These choices seem invisible until they aren't. Until one day you wake up and realize they've shaped who you are, for better or worse.
And this isn't about shame. It's about power. Because if the small things can harm, they can also heal. If they can destroy, they can also rebuild. That means you don't need to overhaul your entire life. You just need to start planting one seed, one micro-habit, one quiet choice you can repeat until it becomes who you are. Imagine this. A forest doesn't grow in a single season. It begins with one seed, small, fragile, ordinary. At first, there is no sign of life. Days pass, weeks, but underground, roots are forming. Quietly, patiently. Then one day, a sprout breaks the surface. Still small, still unseen by most, and yet unstoppable. That is you. That is your life on the other side of these small choices. What if you trusted that? Trusted that even the smallest act of love toward yourself, toward your future, could one day bloom into something extraordinary. We wait for permission to start over. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect motivation. But waiting only keeps us stuck. Life doesn't change in perfect moments, it changes in ordinary ones. The moment you drink water instead of coffee, the moment you pause to breathe before speaking, the moment you choose gratitude instead of complaint. These are the moments that shape you. These are the quiet revolutions that build a life you love. So start small. Smaller than you think matters. 1 minute of meditation, one kind word, one walk around the block. Trust that consistency beats intensity. Trust that seeds become forests. Trust that even the smallest step forward carries you closer to the person you were meant to be. Because micro habits don't just add up, they multiply. They compound quietly until one day you wake up and realize you are living inside the very life you once thought was impossible. You don't have to change your whole life today. You only have to take one small step and trust tomorrow to meet you there. The secret isn't doing everything at once. It's doing something small, loving, consistent until everything quietly changes. And when it does, you'll see it clearly. Small changes don't just add up. They become who you are.